Haunting of Liberty Lane, a 4th of July nightmare. Everville, with its idyllic landscapes and quaint architecture, was the very definition of small-town charm. While every street had its history and tales, it was Liberty Lane, a long winding road with ancient trees and colonial-era houses that held the town's darkest secret. Liberty Lane was known for its Independence Day fervor. Families lined the streets with barbecue grills, children with sparklers, and elders with stories. The lane, with its centuries-old oaks, was a testament to the town's history. But as celebratory as the lane was, there was one mansion that seemed to defy the joyous occasion: the Evergreen Mansion. The story begins in the late 1800s. The Evergreen Mansion was the crown jewel of Everville, owned by the Evergreens, the town's founding family. Clara Evergreen was the matriarch, a woman of elegance and grace. But the mansion hadn't seen a 4th of July celebration in decades, not since the fateful night young Benjamin Evergreen, Clara's only son, disappeared without a trace during the grandest 4th of July ball the town had ever witnessed. Following that, a cloud of sorrow enshrouded the mansion, turning it into a place of mourning and mystery. Fast forward to the present, tales of the mansion's haunted nature had taken a life of their own. From echoing lullabies to phantom dances, every local had a story to tell. This 4th of July, a group of intrepid teenagers, armed with cameras and torches, decided to explore the mansion, hoping to document its mysteries. As they entered, they found the mansion eerily preserved. Dust-laden chandeliers, faded paintings, and vintage furniture adorned its vast halls. The grand ballroom was the most magnificent, with its giant French windows and vast crystal chandelier. It was easy to imagine the lavish parties that once took place there. The evening began with mild adventures, exploring rooms, deciphering family portraits, and generally acquainting themselves with the mansion's layout. But as night fell, so did a deep, unsettling silence. Soft piano music started drifting from the ballroom, and curious, the group decided to investigate. The ballroom scene was something out of time. Ghostly figures in vintage attire danced gracefully to the ethereal music, twirling and laughing silently. At the center was a figure, unmistakably Clara, holding the hand of a young boy, Benjamin. One of the teenagers, Sarah, feeling an inexplicable connection, approached them. As she did, the music slowed, and the apparitions turned their gazes to her. Clara's eyes, filled with decades of sorrow, seemed to implore something. A gust of wind blew through the open windows, carrying with it an old journal. Sarah, picking it up, realized it was Benjamin's diary. It chronicled his excitement for the upcoming 4th of July ball and his plans to unveil a special firework. The last entry, however, was chilling. It read, "Mother says there's danger, but I want to make her proud." The realization hit the group. Benjamin's disappearance was an accident. The special firework he mentioned must have malfunctioned, leading to the tragedy. Feeling the weight of this revelation, Sarah addressed the spectral figures, promising to remember and honor their story. A profound silence enveloped the room before a burst of ethereal fireworks lit up the ballroom, culminating in a grand spectacle before fading away, leaving the mansion in darkness. The teenagers left at dawn, the mansion behind them no longer just a haunted relic, but a testament to a mother's undying love and a town's forgotten tragedy. In the subsequent years, the tale of that night not only became a 4th of July legend in Everville, but also a tradition. Every year, as the town reveled in celebrations, a special firework lit up the sky, dedicated to Benjamin, Clara, and the haunting legacy of Liberty Lane. The legacy of Liberty Lane, echoes of the past. The days following the fateful night the teenagers explored the Evergreen Mansion, Everville was abuzz with stories and whispers. People were drawn to the tale not just because of the haunted lore, but because it uncovered a piece of forgotten history. The town was ready to remember, to mourn, and to celebrate the lost souls of the mansion. Sarah, who felt the strongest connection to the Evergreen Mansion, became the unofficial spokesperson for the legacy of Liberty Lane. Overwhelmed with curiosity, she decided to dive deeper, researching other mysteries that the town had forgotten. After all, if the story of Clara and Benjamin was so easily lost to time, what else was waiting to be rediscovered? As Sarah delved into the archives, she uncovered stories of other residents of Liberty Lane who had their own tales to tell. One such account was of Amelia Grayson, a renowned pianist of the early 1900s. Amelia was a prodigy, her music echoing through the streets of Everville, especially during the 4th of July celebrations. However, Amelia vanished in her prime, and with her, the music of Liberty Lane faded. With this newfound knowledge, Sarah and the group decided to visit the Grayson residence, a now decrepit structure at the end of Liberty Lane. As they ventured in, they were greeted by an old grand piano, its keys stained with age but still gleaming under the dust. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue across the room. Sarah, drawn to the piano, started playing a tune she had heard in old records of Amelia. As the first notes echoed, the atmosphere changed. The room was filled with a soft glowing light, and a gentle hum resonated through the wall. The air grew cold, and in the reflection of the piano's polished surface, Sarah saw a figure standing behind her. A young woman, elegantly dressed, with an aura of sadness. It was Amelia. Her fingers began guiding Sarah's, and together they played a hauntingly beautiful melody that had never been heard before. It was Amelia's unfinished symphony, a piece she had been working on before her untimely disappearance. Sarah, feeling the weight of the moment, played with all her heart, pouring emotion into every note. As the last note faded, Amelia's apparition smiled, mouthing a silent "thank you," and vanished. The group, stunned and moved, decided to revive Amelia's music. They organized a concert in her honor on the next 4th of July, playing her lost symphony to a teary-eyed audience. The tradition continued, and every year the music of Amelia Grayson became a poignant reminder of Everville's rich history and the spirits that still walked among them. Sarah's journey did not end there. Over the years, she unearthed many such stories, and Liberty Lane transformed from a street of forgotten tales to a living archive of Everville's history. The lane echoed with stories of love, loss, tragedy, and redemption. And as the fireworks lit up the sky every Independence Day, the spirits of Liberty Lane danced in the shadows, their stories living on in the hearts of the townspeople.